Hey Boopsies, thanks for joining me for today's video. I'm going to be talking about what happened on my trip to Jacksonville, St. Augustine area this past Valentine's Day weekend, as anticipated. So, subscribe. Oh, that was a weird click. Subscribe, tap the bell, hit all notifications, and check me out on TonyBomboni.com. Links below. You can see all my services on there when you come to TonyBomboni.com. Okay. And I will appreciate your support on there. I have so many services I offer, and you can check it all out there. So, oh my, where do I even begin on what happened? I'm going to make a couple of sounds. There was a map I wanted to show, but I can't find it right now. So I'm going to flip through Jennings Citrus while I speak, just for a bit. On the way north, I guess we must have passed by one of these places. And we went to go see baby alligators. So, I don't know if it was my first time seeing baby gators, but they were a lot bigger than I thought. They were like this big. Which shouldn't surprise me because gators get really big in general. And it was just kind of like a souvenir shop. They sold a lot of different things. And so we continued our way up. It was a 5.5 hour drive. I was driving with my car, with me and my partner, and I stayed in Jacksonville Beach, in Jacksonville City, and I stayed for a couple nights and 3 days. So the first night, just went straight to the house and unpacked our things and then went out to eat dinner. And I'm telling you, for Valentine's Day, it was a lot of people. Everyone was going out, for dinner, who were couples, and so we tried one sushi place. They denied us because we didn't make reservations and they were packed. And so we tried another place, I think same thing, and then finally we went and found one place that took us in. That didn't have an extraordinary long wait. They took us right in, and it was pretty empty at that point, but then after like 15 minutes it started to get crowded and packed. So we got lucky there. I'm lucky I have like early dinners, like 5-6 o'clock. So that's the secret. If you want to go out to eat for dinner, get it early, like 5:30 the latest. Especially if it's a good restaurant or popular, the food's great. Go early. You'll find a place. But yeah, I guess my bad. I'm coming probably groggy, like 5.5 hour drive. Like, forgive me for forgetting to reserve for a restaurant, but we figured it out, sat down, food was great. They served us right away, like this clear soup, kind of like vegetables in it. It was delicious. And then some other appetizer dish, so that was free, and that was nice, I guess, for Valentine's Day. It had like Valentine's balloons all over, so that was just a simple dinner, and I ordered a sushi roll, and I think a grilled shrimp appetizer. Yeah. So then I went ahead and stayed home with him and just played arcades. They had like 4 different arcade machines in the house, which was like really cool. And then I threw like some little sandbag sacks into a hole. And then there was another game with like throwing balls to make a shape. I don't know, there was like a big game of checkers. We didn't even bother playing that. We played like Jenga blocks, but it was not like this big of a tower. The tower was like this big, with like big heavy blocks, and one of them fell on my toe. It hurt so bad. Oh my god. When that tower fell, one of the blocks fell on my toe. Ooh, that hurt so bad. So yeah. But like the game room was in the garage, which I like when rentals do that. That's like a really unique way to like use space, but sucks you can't park your car in it. But hey, sorry, I had to pause the video. Someone decided to just honk their horn for no reason in front of my house. I'm trying to recollect everything that happened, like the funniest moments and the weird moments. So like as soon as I pull up to the house, I'm like, oh, this is a shady street. I don't know. Man, I'm gonna do some scissor sounds. These unique garden scissors. I felt like it was a shady street. There was a guy parked out in front, hanging out in his truck, smoking and just like talking really loud. I was like, okay. I was like questioning, is this gonna be a peaceful experience as it says online? And it was just loud throughout until like at least 10 o'clock at night. I don't know what was happening. There was another woman there. They were just obnoxious. They had like a big dog, and they were just being so, I mean, the dog was much quieter than them, is what I'll say. But so it wasn't that like enjoyable or relaxing, you know. With homes, it's hard to say like where exactly you're gonna be, what street, how it's gonna look like, you know, until you reserve, because they only give you an approximate location. So then we watch a show. I took a hot bath. It had like one of those like external tubs. I never know what to call them. I always call them claw tub, but it didn't have like a claws on it. So it was like a big tub to like bathe in. And so yeah, first night was normal and everything like that. And you know how it is, weird or awkward always to adjust to a new place you're in. When you first get there, you need kind of to sleep it off. So we walked around at night at the beach. We were just like, it's literally a 10-minute walk to the beach. We didn't walk, but parked our car and then walked. And oh boy, was it cold. It was a lot of wind. Oh my gosh. Like Jacksonville's always windy, typically. But this was like wind. Man. And that first night was cold. I'm glad I dressed up. I was cold even with a hoodie and long pants. And my partner forgot to get warm clothes, so he must have been freezing. So we went on the sand real quick by the water. And just to have a look how it is at night. And it's like lit up behind you from the city, which is really pretty. And Jacksonville's weird because it's like the city is like half an hour away from the actual beach, but they still call it like Jacksonville. Like, you know, the whole area is Jacksonville. I guess it's pretty big. We never actually got to go to downtown Jacksonville this time. Like I said, I've already been here before, but I just wanted to kind of show them around, and you know, I've always wanted to see the area and you know, see the entirety of Florida for that matter, which I always kind of like wanted to do. I've pretty much seen it all by now. Just a couple other spots I haven't really seen, but yeah, when you start counting every town, it's like, okay, you're not going to be able to see all the towns. It's like almost impossible. There's just so much to every state and mention, but I don't know. I felt like it's kind of misleading. Like there wasn't a hot tub, even though it said there was a hot tub. I think they meant the external tub in the bathroom was a hot tub, but that does not count. Definitely not a hot tub for sure. But so I was a little disappointed there, and I don't know, just the vibe or the style or the shape of the house was weird to me. The stairs, there were literally like 20 steps just to get upstairs. I was like, this is too long. And not little steps, big steps. Like, yeah, so it was just a lot. Like, you forget something upstairs, you have to go all the way back up, and it just was a lot, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I like a lot of space, but like, child, you know, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just go back to just, you know, reserving hotel rooms, because, you know, you could save a lot more that way and have more spending money for other things. But, you know, it was just nice to treat herself for Valentine's Day, and, you know, after what happened with Buc-ee, I was like, I just need to get my mind off things. So, the second day was, like, not a good start. As soon as I, like, swerved in traffic, I almost hit someone on a damn bike, and he was looking at me like, all with judgment, and I was like, here we go. I knew right then and there. Jacksonville, I don't know what happened the first day, actually. There was something, like, that happened with someone. I don't know, they just, like, people from there are very different. That's all I'll say. They're a different breed. So, yeah, no comment. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, he's just being all judgmental. Like, I saw him, I wasn't gonna hit him. I don't know why people act like that all the time. Like, they act like, oh, you were gonna hit me, but, like, you know, that's happened so many times where, you know, you break in front of someone and they look at you and it's like that awkward look, like it's like time slows down and they act like you were just about to hit them or something. I don't know. It's just so strange. I think people's behavior has gone crazy lately. But yeah, so and I was supposed to turn and he just pulled out in front of me arrogantly. So anyway, and he started talking to himself all weird, and I was like, okay, he's just crazy, probably. He's just on something. But I'm like, let me not let this ruin my day. We're about to go into St. Augustine, so we're gonna go to St. Augustine, and first we hit up Jacksonville Beach to get a look of it during the daytime, which was wonderful. I was so relaxed. I said, oh, we're just gonna stay here 5 minutes. I think it was like, it must have been half an hour we were there, you know, and then we decided to leave. But it was so peaceful just to hear the waves. Oh my gosh, the birds. It was so relaxing. And the sand felt good on our feet, even though it was like colder because it was very windy. You know, it's not the kind of beach where you just have hot water like in the Gulf of Mexico or whatever they call it now, Gulf of America, right? But it's just not that kind of place. So, but it's definitely prettier than I remember it to be. So I'm glad we got to go back. Last time I went was 7 years ago in 2018, around summertime, almost 7 years ago. And so then we left. We were gonna go walk the pier, but then I forgot my wallet in the car, and it was like a charge to walk on the pier. I think like $2 or something like that per person. So I'm like, forget it. We'll just come back and do it another time, maybe tomorrow. We ended up not doing it. We totally ran out of time. I don't know why I was in such a hurry to go back home and get out of there, but yeah. So now I think about it, I really wish I went on that pier because it was really long. That would have been awesome. But anyway, so then we go to St. Augustine. We drive along the coastal scenic highway, which borders the coast, even though you can't really see it because there's like shrubs everywhere and houses. So just, I'm telling you, miles and miles and miles of nothing but beach houses. Like, oh my gosh, like Florida has like an insane amount of wealth. I think they said Florida actually has like probably the most wealth, like even above California in some ways, because especially now considering like a lot of California burned down, unfortunately, you know, like West Palm Beach, that area, the east, like there's just so much wealth here. insane. More than like probably anywhere in the world, honestly. And basically, because like it's all like rich people just like having their like second or third or fifth home here, you know what I mean? So they just like dump it all here. But anyway, but I was shocked how many beach houses I saw. I was like, oh my gosh. I've never seen that many in my life. So it's just a long, narrow strip of road that just takes you straight to St. Augustine, basically. So it's like a 40-minute drive-ish, 45 minutes max, with some traffic, and it was a very peaceful drive, yeah. And St. Augustine, very similar, just as I remembered it a few years ago, with some noticeable differences in my honest take. But they definitely keep their old history, and it has the oldest school there. Like, I wish I had the map now in front of me. I forgot to ask him to keep it here. I think he took it back home with him, but dang, I really wish I showed you the map to get a better view. But we saw from a distance the tall cross there. By the time we got to see it, it closed. We saw peacocks. There was a road just with canopy trees. And just so many peacocks came up, male and female peacocks, and they're not afraid of you, and it's just so beautiful. And there were a lot of like cute old houses along the way while walking. It's such a long walk. We actually, I think on his tracker it said we walked 20,000 steps that day. At the bare minimum. And we got to walk over the bridge across the water and see a bunch of like lion statues and things. We went into like a pirate gift shop. It was like the pirate museum gift shop. We didn't actually do the museum. We weren't trying to spend a lot, on this trip. We ate and sat down and had pizza, which was lovely. There was like a ghost museum, something like that, like a gift shop we saw. We didn't go in the museum either, but we stopped and got coffee, just little things like that, checked out like an ice cream shop, or, didn't really have ice cream, just like to stop to get water. And the weather was perfect. It was not hot, it was not cold. It was just right for the day, and just a nice breeze, which the East Coast, the Atlantic Ocean always has. And the water was actually not that cold as I would have expected it to be, surprisingly. But nonetheless, St. Augustine people are different. I feel like some people were kind of rude. In some ways, they're just a different breed. Like I said, the East Coast is very different from the West Coast. West Coast is more chill and laid back. East Coast is on edge. Like, even we went to like a cafe, and like, I'm telling you, everyone in there was like my age, basically. It made me a little uncomfortable because I was like, okay. I felt like it was too modern, it was too trendy, like everyone was dressed nice in there, like kind of business casual look, and I felt like, oh, I'm here, in just flip-flops, shorts, and t-shirt, which are like 5 years old. So, yeah, I don't know, like, the city is just different, it's not for me, it really isn't, but it's nice for a day or two, you know what I mean? But I'm not a city boy. I'm born in the city, but that's about it. in Chicago. But yeah, so I don't know, I guess certain anyway, moving on. So where else did we go? And what else did we do? I think we spent, honestly, like 5 hours there alone, just walking and looking at things, and gift shops and just different stores. That we just, time goes so quickly there. We did not do the trolleys. They had trolleys. We just walked. I think that's why we walked so much. I love to walk. I didn't even hurt. I never get tired walking. I can never walk enough. I just love to walk, everywhere. energy like that. I really don't. So then basically, we went back home, I guess, and then I just, like, I guess played some arcades or just, like, was on my phone. I don't know. I just kind of was chilling out, hanging out, took a shower, watched a show, just kind of rinse, repeat. Oh yeah, we went to the Publix and then got some dinner there, some chicken and, like, mashed potatoes and coleslaw and Hawaiian bread rolls, like a typical Southern Florida Publix meal, And my acid has been refluxing lately, so I was, like, very careful because of stress. So I was very careful not to eat anything like fried or, anything that could trigger me. So yeah. For the long road trip, I definitely filled up the cooler. I filled up a styrofoam cooler with ice. That was a must and a plus because, yeah, I go through a lot of water, So I think that was it. As someone, we were trying to take pictures of, like, a church or a cathedral or something like that, and this guy was like, I don't know, like, oh, you take a nice picture, huh? Like, he was kind of making fun or, like, taunting my partner, and he cussed him out, like, oh my gosh, like, people are so different in St. Augustine. They're a different crowd, I'm telling you. Like, Jacksonville area, St. Augustine, like, I don't know, I feel like people have gone crazy. Like, we're just minding our business, and then, like, what if I called you out, you taking a picture, what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with that? It's a tourist place. It's just weirdos, right? And then we accidentally walked into this, like, very fancy hotel. Oh my god, it was so fancy. Like, everyone in there looked pretty and rich, and, like, oh my gosh, it was like, that is a gorgeous, beautiful place. It's probably, like, an insane amount a night, but yeah, I was like, wow, I was just admiring the artwork. It felt like a museum. Like, it was so beautiful, and just the vibe, you ever walk into, like, a mansion, like, the vibe of a mansion, it just was, like, crazy. So I'm gonna have to check it out online, actually, like, to see, like, it was just so bright. I've never seen something more beautiful, honestly. Like, I was too stunned to speak. The time is 3:33. Maybe that's confirmation. I'll go there someday. But anyways, so then afterwards, we were almost gonna go on, like, a boat tour, but it was getting to be too late and it was too cold. We only had t-shirt and shorts. I was like, I'm not about to go in the cold water on a boat. So yeah, that's when we decided to head back home. So the next day, the third and final day. Sorry about the squeak. Oh my god. I'm so sorry about that. I'm spinning my chair. It's a high-top, like, bar stool chair. We decide to go down near Daytona Beach. It was the same time, actually, the president was there at the NASCAR, the racetrack driving, which we had no idea he was even there. But, like, it was a coincidence, I guess. So we stopped at Buc-ee's, and I decided to try out their very long car wash, and long it was. And if you get, like, a works wash there, they give you, like, you have like $1 off your gas. So the gas was only like $1.83 a gallon, but it's still, with the works, it ended up being like $33 to fill my tank. So it was like, okay, it ends up being the same thing, but at least it's technically, like, it's still worth it because you still kind of technically get, either, if you look at it this way, you get a free car wash or you get reduced gas. It still kind of helps, So, yeah, it did the whole works, like, waxed my car, everything. So, that was nice. And, I love their bathrooms because they're walls and big doors that just close, so no one can see you're in there, which is nice. So I had to change into my swim trunks because we were going down to Orlando Water Park. So, we decided to stop after that, before we went in the park, to the Longhorn Steakhouse. So I ordered me a loaded potato soup, child, chicken Caesar salad, and I don't know why I said it like that with sass and attitude. Of course, they serve you those breads with butter, and then I got me a hot tea and a water, and then maybe Sunday. It must have been because the president flew in or something, because it was packed. Daytona was just bumper to bumper. It was like so hard to find gas even at the Buc-ee's. It was so hard to even move in the, every Buc-ee's is packed, but this Buc-ee's, oh my gosh, on a Sunday, on top of that, on a weekend, was packed. Okay. You're literally walking like shoulder to shoulder alongside people. Like, it was just a lot. And so basically, we ate Longhorn Steakhouse, right? So I had grilled shrimp. I don't know why I was in the mood for shrimp this weekend, but grilled shrimp. It had like rice in it, and yeah, I think my appetizer was, I think that's it actually, yeah. So, anyways, I filled my belly up, a nice lunch, yeah. And I'm glad they took us in right away. Like, the other people were waiting for like an hour, literally after we were gone eating. We got in because we were just two people, and we were okay eating at the high top tables next to the bar. So perfect, I'm not a complainer. I don't care about eating by the bar as long as no one serves me a drink, okay? So, yeah, and the black tea was nice to wake me up. So, I'm telling you everything in detail. And then we go to Orlando. We went to Blizzard Beach. Last time we went to Typhoon Lagoon. This time we go to Blizzard Beach. And Blizzard it was. We were chilly. Again, just t-shirt and shorts. Poorly planned trip. I was freezing. Okay, by the time we got to the entrance, I was like, we go in the water anyway, child. The water was warmer than the outside, so we're like, we might as well just stay in the water, move our arms and legs, and warm up. So we did just that. And this one is not like Typhoon Lagoon where the waves are huge. They just have like waves that go up and down from time to time. And then it just started to like rain. And so we had to leave. Other people were leaving because it was raining while we got in. But then it calmed down as soon as we got in. But then it started to like dark clouds. And it looked like they shut out the waves. They shut everything down. They looked like they were asking people to leave the park. I guess for lightning prevention or something like that. So we had to go. But at least we got to enjoy about an hour at least at the park and splash and cool off a bit. And it was a nice stop because from Jacksonville to Orlando, I would say give or take approximately halfway along the way to where I am. So it was like, a nice break, and so I won't go into details about other things, but definitely the weather, I would say, was a big like a big hesitancy, a big doubt whether we were able to go to the park that day or not. But I'm glad we did. And I'm glad we got to see something else. So I saw Disney Springs, I saw Typhoon Lagoon several times, I saw Blizzard Beach several times by now probably. We saw Magic Kingdom, and then so now next time I want to go see Animal Kingdom. I saw those two before, but I was too young to remember, I guess. But I managed, guys, I was so excited because they're my credit card company. There were only 2 cities in the whole nation. They offered this deal. It was like for only $120, 3 nights, 4 days at a resort. I took it, and they gave you 25,000 bonus points. I was like, God, I took it. So I guess we're going maybe in a month or so, a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. So I'll be back there soon. And yeah, I don't think it's all inclusive, maybe, but yeah, that would be nice for sure. So yeah, and then we actually are going to the Dominican Republic in May, so that I'm looking forward to that. Getting a really nice hotel there. So I'm excited for that. Because yeah, that's definitely gonna be all inclusive. I'm just looking forward to these trips. Life is so short, and I don't want to live it bored. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I have had so many bored days of my life. This is my chance to just continue on my adventures, continue on my journeys, and just, continue seeing so many places which I've seen the last 3.5 years, place. So Florida is just so big, you know, it's so beautiful. I'm surprised there's not even more people than there already are here, honestly. But yeah, did you guys see the price of eggs? They've gotten up to now $11 where I am, I think, for the most expensive ones. And so I guess they're supposed to go even more expensive now, which is crazy. Like, that's like $1 an egg. Like, that's too much, you know. With tax, you know, it's like $1. You're paying 12, $13. That's too much. So, child, I'm still getting the $5 eggs. Like, I don't see no. They said that it went up to $4.95. Where? I don't see $4 eggs. But anyways, so then we go back home. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of my adventures. So that was my 2 nights and 3 days, y'all, and it was pretty alright, you know. It just went by so fast, you know. That's all I can say about that one. But I just want to talk about my trip, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story time, and I will see you all very soon. Subscribe, tap the bell, hit on notifications, and check me out on